All right, welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Alex Morono. Morono's the hero of this fight card, taking this fight on very short notice, just a few days, and he was always kind of one of my favorite fighters anyway. Low-key, under-the-radar type of guy who's already put together an impressive UFC resume. But here he is being the hero again, stepping up, and maybe this will get him a little more attention, especially if he performs well. He's fighting Ponzinibbio, who is a much more established guy, been a main eventer for the UFC, and Ponzinibbio's got more highlights. He's definitely got more fanfare, I'm sure, as well. Ponzinibbio's 6 foot tall, 1 inch taller than Alex Morono. He's 36 years old, Ponzi, 4 years older than Morono, and his record overall is 28-6. Of his 28 wins, he's got 15 KOs, 6 submissions, 7 decisions. His 6 losses come 3 via knockout, 3 via decision. The majority of which we've seen inside the UFC. And Alex Morono, again, I've listed his stats, they're pretty close, but his record is 22-7. Very similar record. His wins come 6 via knockout, 6 via submission, 9 via decision, and his 7 losses are 2 via knockout and 5 via decision. And that's not including the knockout loss to Nico Price, which was overruled or overturned because of weed or something. I don't know. Could have been something harder, but I just thought about Nico Price for a second and said, yeah, weed. But anyway, Morono is one of those quiet guys who's low-key under the radar, but a damn good fighter. And he's picked up some good wins in the UFC and a few great ones. You know, he's a guy who took out Matthew Semmelsberger in his last one, Mickey Gall, David Zavada, Cowboy Cerrone. He's on a great streak. But he's also got wins over Kenan Song and Max Griffin, and then Rhys McKee and Zach Otto. No, but he's got some good wins, Alex Morono, no doubt about it. And he's a well-rounded fighter, as his record shows, but where he wants to be, it seems, is on the feet. He doesn't initiate the grappling too much, Alex Morono, although he's comfortable out-grappling anybody if he can. But on the feet is where he wants to be. He's really light on his feet. He's not the most athletic or explosive guy, but he's got clear power. And he probably should be fighting at like flyweight or whatever because he doesn't have too much muscle on him. But I think that helps him. He moves around well, and he's got good cardio, Alex Morono, really good cardio. One thing I don't like about him is, of course, he's been knocked out twice by K.S. Williams and Nico Price and someone else earlier in his career. But he's been hurt a lot. He's been hurt by Anthony Pettis at the end of their fight, by Max Griffin in round 2 pretty badly, and ate a big knee from Matthew Semmelsberger in round 3. He's been roughed up before. And in all those fights, aside from the Pettis fight, he won, though. He's been able to regain his composure, fight his way through it, and take over. Again, that round 2 against Max Griffin, he took over that round after getting hurt in round 2. That was maybe his most impressive performance. So Morono, definitely, you have to take him out to beat him. And if not, he's good on the feet. He can battle with anybody, Ponzinibbio included. Ponzinibbio, he's much more of a knockout artist. You know, he's definitely got the knockouts on his side, but he's 36 years old, you know, only getting older. He did have a long layoff a few years ago, a 2-year layoff or 2.5-year layoff, but he's been back now and somewhat consistent, even though he's lost to Jeff Neal and Michel Pereira. Those were 2 close fights, and Ponzinibbio fared well in them. And his win over Miguel Baeza since he returned was an excellent win. That was one of the Ponzinibbio's finest moments in the UFC, throwing down hard and taking over down the stretch. But in this one, I've gotten in my head that Morono can outpoint Ponzinibbio. I think he wins the small moments. I think on the feet he can find success against someone like Ponzinibbio, which is something I didn't think a few years ago. But now, again, haven't seen their careers progress, it does seem like a winnable fight for Alex Morono on the feet. But Ponzinibbio has that power, which not only could he steal around, as we've seen, Morono be hurt plenty of times, like I mentioned, whoever, Semmelsberger, Max Griffin, and Anthony Pettis, and probably more people that I can't think of. Ponzinibbio's got that within him to steal rounds with power, if not steal a fight with a clean knockout. And on the feet, even though I expect Morono to have an advantage darting in and out, being quicker, Ponzinibbio is comfortable throwing down in the pocket. I love that Miguel Baeza fight. That was just awesome. And even his fight with Michel Pereira and Jeff Neal, the Pereira fight especially, Ponzinibbio lost those fights, but he looked good doing it, especially at the end there. So it's a tough fight to call, but I am playing two sides of this. I'm going to take Ponzinibbio via knockout, which, via finish is plus 200. If you can get knockout at better odds, I would take that. But I played Ponzinibbio via finish at plus 200 and Alex Morono via decision at plus 275. I do think Morono wins the small moments but loses the big moments, and it's a matter of how they shake out. But if it goes the distance, I think Morono's got a good chance, Again, depends on how many big moments there are. But I like Morono's chances of outpointing Ponzinibbio here. So plus 275 for him to win a decision. Of course, I don't trust his I trust his recoverability and his durability to some extent. But he's got those 2 TKO losses, the one to Nico Price, and he's been hurt at least 3 other times. I think it's reasonable that Ponzinibbio could get him out of there. Reasonable to think Ponzinibbio could get him out of there if he has a few of those moments, or maybe just one of them. So, prediction, I'll go Ponzinibbio gets him out of there. I'm not sure which round, but Ponzinibbio fresh with a full camp, and not to mention his natural striking prowess and power. I'll take Ponzinibbio via knockout, but I'm also betting on Morono plus 275 to win a decision. That's not even the juiciest decision line, but I respect it a lot. I do think if Morono does win, it's via decision. Watch him get the standing knockout now. But we'll see what happens. I would say I would love to see Alex Morono win this fight. This is precisely the kind of fight I'd like to see him win. I love Ponzinibbio as well, but I'm more of a Morono guy, and stepping in on short notice, I'm hoping this is his fucking Rudy moment or Rocky moment or whatever. All right, that's it. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos. Don't forget to comment below and let me know whatever the fuck you're thinking.